was 75-yarder to Rashad Bateman. I was like, oh, these boys in the zone, like, and then they just disappeared. That boy Humphrey need to shut the fuck up. I'm gonna say that right here, right now.
We have Mike Evans fading Marshawn Lattimore. What y'all's thoughts?
Stephon Diggs looked us in the face and said, "I'm him." He wasn't lying.
Did Justin Jefferson play this weekend?
Yes, but nobody told Kirk Cousins.
Problem with being problematic. Get the light beam on me ready for electrostatic. Don't you step into this box if you're not batting. Then my gang got tools. You could call them boy crap, man. This gang got rules, man. You better watch your passes. This ain't not new.
What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz podcast. You know what it is. We're talking week 2 NFL recap. And before we jump into it, introduce our host. Go down and like and subscribe. But I'm Paul. Pick 'em, win 'em, Concha. I got my bowl packed. I got my Dolphin shot poured because, you know, we 2-0, you dig. But who's with me?
Hey, man, it's your boy, Kev. Water boy, Savoy, you feel me? The most dangerous, the most decisive, and the most, I can't think of another D word because, damn, I'm hot. So, motherfucking, and this has been week 2 NFL. I'm not going to lie to you, man. This week was a good tale of two halves to me. I feel like it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And like there was a lot of this team played great this half, and this team played great the second half. But one thing that didn't matter was what the defense played. But then 4 o'clock came, and defensive plays mattered too. So like this was a lit ass week too, and like it's just a great time to be a podcaster about Powell. So let me know what the records was.
All right, so week 2. Going into week 2, Kev was 8-7-1, and I was 6-9-1. Kev had a nice 2-game lead. I went 9-6. Kev went 5-10. So after week 2, we are sitting at I'm 15-15-1, literally 500 on the dot. Kev is at 13-17-1, but it's a long season, very long season.
5-10, god damn it! Well, I knew when I saw the Steelers losing, I was like, it's going to be a long day for me. But I just got burnt the rest of the 1 o'clock. The Dolphins
1 o'clock killed you, my man. Other than the Lions, it was
I got burnt all 1 o'clock. I was tragic. The Jets burnt me. The Browns burnt me. We're going to get into it. I got burnt.
And then our bets, though, anyone who listened to the Fast 5 bets, again, we went 3-2. Packers -10 hit. Ravens, Fins over 44.5 was never in doubt. Jags +4 was never in doubt. And then the Steelers +2.5 and Panthers +2 were the ones that burnt us. But as a whole, 3-2, 6-4, as you can't ask better than that, 66% hit rate right now.
I'm not gonna lie, I would have took those bets, especially the motherfucking Packers and the motherfucking the Dolphins 44. Yeah, I would have took that motherfucking. What was the third one?
The Jags +4. Like literally when I called out the Jags, Ravens, and Packers, those are the 3 I felt most comfortable with. The Steelers and Panthers, I just kind of threw on there like, I think they should win. Let me throw their spread on there. But the other ones I felt really comfortable with.
I think it's still tragic. I went 5-10. That's tragic.
Well, onto higher notes. I mean, it's not how you start; it's how you finish. Like you said, Kev, what are your games of the week? What did you see this weekend? What you calling out this week?
You feel me? What I saw this week while I was over there water boiling it up. Motherfucking, they're 3 comeback kings. This shit is insane right now. It's not how you start; it's how you finish. Every week. And these motherfuckers went crazy. And I got to start it off with the Jets versus the fucking Browns. This is what really burnt me. I don't know how I saw Nick Chubb running it down, shaking it up, baking and killing boys. I actually turned off the Ravens and the Dolphins game because it was such a blowout to put on this game. And these motherfuckers were, I'm over here watching Nick Chubb just kill his ass. Like, oh yeah, Browns, solid. Paul, tell me what the fuck your favorite team, the Jets, did to win this fucking game.
It's still fuck the Jets, but honestly, it's the Browns played the Nick Chubb's a dog, but unlike previous years where he stops before he scores and just knees it out and they just knee out the game, which he has done previous times in the past, he went in and scored that touchdown. They're up 14 with only less than 2 minutes left. It should be game over. Flacco comes down, scores. Garrett Wilson's a dog. Elijah Moore's a dog. They came down and did that shit. Onside kick recovery. Once that happened, it was like, oh, fuck. Like, the Jets are really going to do this. And then Garrett Wilson, game-winning touchdown. He goes up to the crowd, talks his shit. So, like, certified dogs down there up there in New York right now.
No cap. Hey, the tandem of my boy, Big Bo Joe. My boys took it down on it. That was crazy. And Garrett Wilson, certified dog. But this onside kick is what kills me because that bitch went straight through Amari Cooper's hands.
Yeah.
And they say this is actually the first onside kick that's been recovered since the rule change. I didn't even know there was a rule change on onside kick.
To make it harder for these. There's no running up. So there's no build up speed or anything. You're flat footed once that kick goes off. So the people recovering can't go until the kick is kicked, unlike before you get the run up.
That shit is fucking tragic. That shit is tragic, man. But I definitely had to put respect on that game. But do you think the Browns, what does this say about the Browns? Because I thought Kevin Stefanski had a two-headed monster, and that shit was
I just think they just blew it. Like, it's like they're still leaving that game. I felt like they're still the better team. It's just sometimes you make little mistakes. It's not even a mistake. You thought the game was over, going up 13-0 with the 2 minutes left.
They had a 9.
You let that much happen, and then it's like, oh fuck. So I don't take too much of it. The Jets just rallied.
Mm-hmm. There it goes. Them boys had a 99.9% win chance. 2 minutes left in the fourth. They probably is the first team to ever blow that. And they blame it on that elf. They said it's like Brownie the elf or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them.
But on to the next one, man, because that was a good game. I'm not going to lie to you. I enjoyed it. We got to talk Cardinals versus motherfucking Raiders. And I'm just looking at this shit like Kyler Murray might be part video game character. The way that he ran up and down, they said it was like 88 yards to get that 2-point
longest 2-point conversion ever.
That's fucking insane. And
that was literally my thought when I saw that 2-point conversion. I tweeted out on the page. I didn't know if it was for sure the longest, but when I saw it, I was like, this has to be the longest 2-point conversion ever.
No cap. In his way, he's shaking and baking. He's in his bitch screaming, come and get me. That's what I might call him now. Kyle, come and get me, Murray. Like, you got to come and chase him down. And then he takes it down for the touchdown with no time on the fucking clock, even slightly. And motherfucking, they take it down, nobody on the clock. And then he's over here looking at, I want to say it was Hollywood Brown for the 2-point conversion, literally telling him, get right here in the fucking middle. And you can barely see over these motherfuckers, but he's seen that one.
That was AJ Brown. Hollywood Brown once again showed his ass on why he's not a good wide receiver, bro. He dropped a wide open pass, and then he caught it, and instead of bringing it to his chest, he held that bitch out, and then safety hit him, and that ball went flying. And then that's why the Raiders got the ball in overtime. They didn't do anything with it, but it was just like Hollywood Brown doing Hollywood Brown shit right here.
Hey, he did get hit kind of hard, though. That shit was a hard hit.
Or even former players were saying, pull that shit in your fucking chest. What are you doing?
But that was a hard hit.
It was a hard hit, but if you already have a track record of dropping wide open passes at like terrible times, this doesn't help your case right now.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was okay, but I'm just saying it was a hard hit. Yeah, I saw that shit and was like, whew.
You know what frustrated me the most in this game?
What's up?
Derek Carr, bro. Like, my perfect example is there was a moment in the game where Budda Baker is about to blitz. He recognizes it. He changes this. He comes up to the line, tells him to change the formation, block him, have an extra blocker with the tight end, doing some real MVP shit. Like, he recognized the defense, broke it down, changed formation, changed blocking schemes, hikes the ball, and then throws the ball immediately into the safety's chest and almost throws an interception. And that was annoying me. Like, you did some MVP shit pre-snap and then just ruined it with the very next shit you did. Like, it's a roller coaster with Derek Carr. That's what's pissing me off. Is like, you have the shit to make you great. It's just you fuck it up after you do some shit like that. Like, Max Crosby had a great game. Like he didn't get the sacks week 1. This week he got the sacks. He got in Kyler Murray's face. Kyler Murray and them boys were looking shitty until the fourth quarter, and then all of a sudden they really turned it up the gear, and it might be fun to watch, but I would just be kind of worried because like you can't win every game just not playing for 3 quarters. But them boys really did this like fourth quarter. Kyler running the ball everywhere, throwing dots to AJ Brown, Green started coming alive again. Like he was looking like he 2008 AJ Green.
Just Zach Ertz started popping from late in the fourth.
And the coaching pissed me off too because y'all have the ball in Arizona's 39th in overtime after making a stop with one of the best kickers in the game. Just kick the fucking field goal right there or run the ball. It's 1st and 10 on their 39. Just get a few more yards, have your kicker win the game. Like you have one of the top 3 kickers. Instead, you're trying to pass the ball, and then Hunter Renfrow fumbles, and then the rest of the game's over after that.
I actually wanted to talk about that. I thought that fumble was fucking insane for him to have. That's a walk-off touchdown on defense. 4 o'clock really made that when it came to defense. They showed that defense can make stops. But I think one scary thing that I'm noticing is that I feel like people are practicing special teams.
Oh yeah, no, of course. That's you can steal a point on special teams, bro. Like that's all the momentum. Your offense can play bad that week, but you still a touchdown on special teams.
No cap. Because when we go into our last game of the Water Boys picks of the week, because we gotta speed this up a little bit.
But anything else on this game before we move to the big one?
I think that like the whole entire goal for the Cardinals right now is to stack up wins until you get DeAndre Hopkins back, and then the offense is supposed to be completely different. I don't know. DeAndre Hopkins is that nice, so like him being on the field does make a huge difference. But if you can step it up, you got to be able to play like that for more than just a quarter. Well, pretty much a quarter and a half because that overtime was kind of long. So motherfucking, you got to be able to step that thing up, and like they got to figure it out early because you're not gonna be able to play no hard teams, especially in a division like that. But on to the next one.
Shit, you want to introduce this one? I mean, this is your segment. I'll let you introduce them.
Man, I'm gonna let you handle that. I'm gonna let you talk first. You feel me?
All right.
But we talking special teams, so we gotta bring up the Dolphins versus the motherfucking Ravens. I mean, Lamar Jackson put on an MVP performance, but your boy Tua put on an all-time performance. There was a point in time when you used to throw touchdowns in. God damn!
That's crazy.
Yeah, we had.
That's crazy.
Tell them, boys. Game of the week.
That nigga said, "I heard y'all talking shit."
I couldn't put our jersey either. I had purple, but I couldn't.
Oh my god! Not that boy. Whoa! Hey, Paul, I appreciate how you did that. That jump was not fake.
Hey, bro.
I didn't have any bad review, so all I just see is like I say this nigga Lamar, and then this nigga Charles pop up. Like, oh fuck.
I actually want to hear from Charles because y'all was winning all game. That fourth quarter to a snap, right? 13 of 17, 199 yards, 4 touchdowns, 154 passer rating, all in that fourth quarter, bro. Like, Tua did his thing. But as a Ravens fan sitting at home, how was you feeling up 35-14, up 21? Like,
man,
that boy was watching the Jets and the Browns after that little touchdown.
The tough thing about it was I was between games. Like I was like, oh, we up like 35-14, we won. So I started watching the Bucks and Saints game because they were getting juicy. Them boys was fighting.
Yeah, them boys was beefing.
But I was getting, notifications about because I had in another football fantasy league, I have Tyreek, and Tyreek was scoring. I was like, okay. And then the dude I was playing had Waddle. He was scoring. Going on. So I tapped in, and it's tied. It's about to be tie game. Like I'm like, how many 3-and-outs did you niggas have? They can't.
It was stuff and shit, bro.
In one quarter, bro. They both a piece almost had 200 yards, bro. When I saw that one bomb to Tyreek, that fly on the left side of the field, and he was by himself by 15 yards throwing up the deuce.
You know what they call that?
Behind you, bro. And it was
crazy. I do.
You know what they call that play, Charles?
That's the fucking play. That's the fucking play. Tua's gonna be there. Not Tua. Tyreek's gonna be there somewhere, and like no one was back there, and like people forget, like the Ravens started this game with a kick six. They started off the game 7-0 and was gonna get the and like we just it looked bad for us off rip.
When y'all tied the game up, next drive was 75-yarder to Rashad Bateman. I was like, oh, these boys in the zone, like, and then they just disappeared. That boy Humphrey need to shut the fuck up. I'm gonna say that right here, right now. Hey, Marlo, you do way too much talking for you to be getting burnt. I need you to shut the fuck up and get in the lab, my nigga, because you be on your Richard Jefferson, nigga. You ain't earned that yet. You know what I'm saying?
God damn. I thought that boy got that.
You be getting burnt. Back the fuck up and guard, nigga.
No, I agree. The other thing is I was calling it before the season started. Like, no one's gonna guard this fucking offense with all this speed. Waddle on one side, Tyreek on the other side, and Tua's super accurate. Like, talk all the shit you want. Tua's accurate.
I agreed when he said that.
He did agree.
I agreed. I didn't know y'all was that fast. Every time I see y'all play, I be like,
like 4-2s.
But like, I keep saying that they was the fastest team, but like I be looking at Tua and I be like, that nigga slow. But motherfucker, the way, and then I've been a firm believer in Mike Gesicki. I seen what he can do to niggas just straight up in real life. You feel me? So like,
he got hands for a tight end.
So when your offense is blocking like that, you guys really are tough. But this is another game where can you guys keep winning games if you're only playing for like 3.5 quarters? Because not only that, their defense was getting through. I remember there was point in times it was like, bro, is anybody gonna block Houston?
Yeah.
No, Houston definitely came through unblocked, but outside, and those are the PFF came back and they showed that those were supposed to be tight end and running back blocks that were missed. So it wasn't the line and also our right tackle was out, Austin Jackson. So we put in Greg Little backup. We actually had to sign another right tackle for the in between reps. So we were also hurt on that side. But I will say, like, the Ravens were not at full power. They're definitely one of the most hurt teams. Both tackles are out. Cornerback room was hurt. J.K. Dobbins still hurt.
Ronnie Stanley played.
Yeah. Hey, and one thing I want to point out, because I know you said you pulled away from the game, but you saw how far X was guarding Rashad Bateman, like a whole 10 yards off of him all by himself. And he was letting Rashad Bateman eat. I honestly think he was baiting him because come fourth quarter, there was a point where it was a third down and Lamar, it was like, oh, cover zero. Like, oh, Lamar's about to get blitzed. Lamar hiked it, didn't even look through his progressions, immediately was like, oh, X is playing 10 yards off of Rashad Bateman. I'm just going to throw it to Bateman. And as soon as not Bateman, but X took off, like darted straight for that pass, almost had the pick six. And it was like, oh, that's why he's been playing off this whole game, because he's been waiting for that pass late in the game. And that's just my opinion. I'm not too sure, but just watching it, that's the only sense I can make of why X is not guarded Bateman that whole game. But then fourth quarter, bit on that pass hard as fuck.
Nobody really respected Bateman for real. They didn't know. This is like the first season for real that he gets to show himself, because they was Greg. I don't know what the fuck Greg was.
He was also hurt last year, early season. That always hurts a rookie. You don't get the training. You don't get the training camps. You don't get the practice with the number ones and all that stuff.
Yeah. But with Hollywood gone, a full off season, OTAs and all that shit.
My last thing on this, I'll let you finish it, Charles. Ravens were 13-1 at home openers till Tua pulled up. Tua is now 17-8 as a starter, 8-1 against Super Bowl winning coaches, best of all time, 2-0 against Lamar, 4-0 against Bill Belichick, 7-3 against the division. And this is the motherfucker people are calling for his job before the season started.
Hey man, he didn't have time.
They said the niggas won 9 games in a row.
We were losing because Brissett was in. Like, people will be forgetting that there was like 6 games where Tua didn't play last year. That was all those lone streak games.
Brian Flores don't get enough credit though.
He's a great defensive coach. I've said that even though he's on the Steelers now. That's where he belongs. Offensively, he couldn't call a play. He had like 5 different offensive line coaches within a span of 2 years, and our offensive line was bottom every single year. So, like, I don't think he knows the offensive side of the ball, but defensively, he's a fucking guru. And I'll always give him his credit with the defensive side of the ball. Look at the Steelers now, still.
Them boys, no matter how bad they are, they somehow gonna come out with a winning season. That's Mike Tomlin for you.
Yeah.
Every time. Them boys really snuck their way. They Mike Tomlin their way into the playoffs last year.
Yeah. Speaking of that division real quick, though, I just want to say this, too. Whoever believes in the Cincinnati, you shouldn't, because that was a fairy season last year, for sure.
I don't appreciate that. I picked Joe Shiesty to win MVP. I look stupid now. I might look stupid later. I might look stupid.
No one's stupider than those. No one's stupider than the Titan believers.
Nah, for real.
I respect it, but hey,
it's over. All we got to worry about is Derrick Henry. That's it.
Y'all thought they loaded a box before? That was literally my preseason. Y'all thought they loaded a box before? They have no weapons anymore. They're done.
The boys have Julio and AJ Brown.
But you want to stick around, Charles, for the rest, or you got to dip out?
I'm feeling good.
All right. Well, we'll make this part a little quick. This is the blowout block. These are the games that teams won by more than 20, so you probably tuned away. We had the Jaguars beating the Colts. Literally, me and Kev both were on the Jaguars as a home underdog. Oh, no, I was on them as a home underdog, but Kev was on the spread at +4. But Kev did think the Colts would still be able to pull it away. But, hey, all I'm saying is my Jags being over the Titans in the division right now is looking mighty fine.
All for the nice right now, Chris.
And Kristen Kirk is looking like a dog with Trevor Lawrence. Like, even if Trevor Lawrence has a bad game, Kristen Kirk has a good game.
It's crazy because, like, them boys think he ain't deserve that money.
Bro, when all of Florida, I don't know about all that paper, but when all of Florida doesn't lose a game, that's pretty fucking crazy. So the Jaguars is interesting because I'm a firm believer in Trevor Lawrence sucks, but I think he did really good this game, and James Robinson kept them holes open.
Yeah, James Robinson definitely RB1. All that Travis Etienne talk, dead.
Dead.
It made it seem like that boy was taking his job. Hell no.
Yeah, I mean, and Matt Ryan threw a pick on the first drive. Matt Ryan got sacked 5 times. The receivers couldn't get open. It was just a long day for the Colts. Like it looked like a bad long season. And
they were missing Michael Pittman. They missed Michael Pittman.
Yeah, they didn't have Pittman or Pierce.
It looks like they're gonna be screaming fuck Frank Wright soon. But hey, they started off 0-4 last year, so hey, we'll never know what happens.
Very true.
Next,
Pat McAfee assholes. They put up the percentages for teams that win, so that go 0-2. It's a win to make the playoffs, and I think this shit's like
14%, I think, or 12 or something.
It might have been 11.
Oh, 11. Yeah, I knew it was some low.
It might have been 11 if you rounded up to 12.
And boy said, owner.
Another blowout game of the week. We had the 49ers blowing out the Seahawks. I mean, we knew the 49ers were going to win. Prayers up for Trey Lance, but I'm going to say it, like, that team looks better with Jimmy G at the helm. They look right. Hey, when Jimmy G got on the field, did y'all not see how those players were reacting? It looked like their homeboy just got out of jail after like a 6-year bid. Like, they were really, like, hugging him, crying. They were like so happy that Jimmy G was there.
It seems like they had to draft this little nigga to make them realize that Jimmy G is their QB for real.
Bring the team together.
I'm about to say, because, like, I was like, it seemed like they were ready to move on. They were like, he just carry us to the playoffs. Not carry, but he got us there. He know all the plays. That nigga kind of cool.
QB, like, to the T.
Perfect for the system, bro. I wouldn't give up on him either. Especially.
He's like 40 and like 20 or something as a record. Like, he has a nice-ass record as a starting QB.
He's just, not the best, but, like, he better than Kirk Cousins to me.
He can win better than Kirk Cousins.
Oh, yeah.
He has better weapons. Kirk Cousins has better weapons than Jimmy G does.
Defenses, though, too. Jimmy G got better defenses than Kirk Cousins has had.
And fucking Jimmy G has a coach that does not have a problem running at this 30 times, 40 times.
With the
respectfully.
And Geno Smith, I love my guy, but at the same time, this is his like 7th game started since last year and this year because Russ was hurt last year. He has yet to go over 205 yards. Like, you're not winning games with the dink and dunks all game. Like, I think their rushing team as a whole had 30 yards, and it's because once you're in a hole, you can't run the ball anymore. Like, so it was just like Geno Smith. I think they just got up for the last game to beat Russ, but now this is the Seahawks we all expected.
Yeah. They put Drew Lock in. Fuck it.
Eh.
I'm not.
At least your jersey sales consistent. At least the people know if they buy a Geno Smith jersey, they at least go see him play.
Y'all, he's part of the trade for us. At least let the nigga get some time in. I'm not saying he should start over Geno. Just try something different. If Geno really,
they were talking about putting him in, but he missed some of preseason with COVID, I believe, and then that's when Geno locked in like the starter spot.
Respect.
The next two blowouts here, we have a really bad one. I'll save that one for last. But this one was Sunday Night Football, Packers blowing out the Chicago Bears.
Aarontropolis.
Aaron Tropigas, Aaron Jones, Aaron Rodgers, all the Aarons were cooking on the fucking Bears this last weekend. Like Aaron Jones, I think had like 3 touchdowns or some shit, 2 or 3.
What workhorse? I fuck with AJ Dillon, the quad father.
Yeah, they have a double-headed dragon, bro.
Kawhi might be coming for that.
Oh, the quads were looking kind of big. I did no cap. Hey, if you want to hear a little fun fact, bro, the Bears have only attempted 28 total pass attempts this year, bro. They only attempted 12 this weekend. It's not like they're winning games throughout the game where they don't have to pass attempt. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing, bro? Y'all are losing. Like, why? Like, I've never can't remember. I'm low on Justin Fields, but like, y'all are trying to hide this fact. Like, Justin Fields went 7 for 12 with 70 yards, but everything was dink and dunks, 3 and outs. They had 2 good drives total, and they didn't score on one of them because they got stopped on 4th down.
Hey, the shit's embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just don't understand why they have to put it on Sunday Night Football every year.
Listen, I was about to say, because the moment I seen that shit come up on Sunday Night Football, I was like, bro, we know the outcome. Why are you always putting these niggas on prime time? Please. Like, the next Monday night or Sunday night game is like Cowboys and Giants. I don't want to see
shotgun in my mouth.
Let this rivalry die from like 12 years ago. It's over. It's done. Trash.
These are literally beefs from the 80s and 90s that they're trying.
That's the thing.
These do not matter. These teams don't be in the playoffs together. Like,
no, these niggas each other for real.
Hey,
and yet they
not matter.
Well, the last game on my blowout was it was supposed to be a nice rematch, but if you took anything I said and what we've been chirping on, it wasn't. We had the Bills blowing out the fucking Titans 41-7, Monday Night Football, one of the two, in the last game of our blowout block. But hey, the Titans O-line guy, Taylor Ulane, he got hurt. He got carted off. They only got weaker after this game. A few people got hurt this game. A lot of people got carted off. But hey, the Bills defense put Tannehill in a box and really stomped them boys out. And Derrick Henry in a box, stomped it. Like, the defense circled this game, and it definitely showed.
Stephon Diggs looked us in the face and said, "I'm him." He wasn't lying. I picked this team to win the Super Bowl last year because this is the energy I expected them to come with every game. The fact that they're on this shit, they're missing Gabe Davis. I don't even think Gabe Davis played for real.
Nope, he's out.
And they don't have a run game like that. Josh Allen's the running back. So these boys, Josh Allen is a fucking cooking these motherfuckers, smart as shit. Motherfucker, he's watching. I seen him play on Pat McAfee show. He's watching these motherfuckers swear he's not gonna throw it deep and letting Stephon Diggs burn you for 14 yards. Like, this shit's insane. Motherfucking, Josh Allen's the truth, and that's probably gonna be our MVP this year. And like, this team's only just gonna get more and more determined. I want to see them face some adversity somewhere, sometime throughout the
They will.
season.
They see us next week, baby.
Okay, I like that. But that's a great team, and there's nobody fucking with them.
That's a lot of speed.
Hey, but you got anything on this game, Charles, before we move to the next?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Browns really put that elf in the middle. That shit is
Brownie the elf is. I thought it was a troll at first.
Nah, I got some. That nigga that Waddle mossed at the end of the game was a rookie, bro. I don't even know why he was out there. I don't even know why they put that nigga on him. They should have known better. But
hey, bro, especially for that late game situation.
I'm about to say that's terrible play calling, bro. You put the young nigga on the hot hand right now. That's crazy. Where Marlo? Where Marlo?
we're one game moving back to the 1 o'clocks here. Where the Lions beating the Commanders. Lions getting their first dub, and I don't know how long. Fucking, they were really blowing them boys out for a good minute until crackhead Carson started pulling his weight and started really making some plays. But hey, tell me, am I wrong for saying this? That he may be the white Winston, the way he single-handedly could be the worst player on the field, but then also do some godly like throw on a deep pass to bring him back into a game. Like the high and lows are just so high and so low at Wentz.
Compare this nigga to somebody. It's like, because Wentz was like a Pro Bowl quarterback, like at one point. Like that's how high up they were putting him in top 5.
MVP talks before injury.
Carson Wentz, yeah, pre-injury, and now it's like he's battling Nick Foles for the spot. You know what I'm saying? Like it is crazy. He like the J.R. Smith the QBs. Like I don't know.
Dead ass.
That boy up and down.
And then Amon St. Brown is a legit weapon, bro. This is his last 8 games, starting from last year and this year. His last 8 games are 10 catches, 86 yards, a touchdown, 8 catches, 73 yards, 8 catches, 90 yards, touchdown, 9 catches, 91 yards, touchdown, 8 catches, 111 and a touchdown, 8 catches, 109 a touchdown, 8 catches, 64 and a touchdown, 9 catches, 164, 2 touchdowns. Like every game he's been a legitimate like he's just riding this momentum, bro. Like he has legitimate wide receiver 1.
I think he's taking full advantage of the fact that like this team has to throw the ball in a lot of situations. So he's like, hey, I'm gonna be
catch it when I get it.
In fact, I'm gonna catch it whenever. I don't give a fuck what the score is. I'm gonna catch that motherfucker.
A lot of targets. That nigga put up like 39 points in fantasy.
Yeah, he went fed. Another defensive. We have 3 defensive games back to back right here. We have the Bucs beating the Saints at the Superdome. We have Mike Evans fading Marshawn Lattimore. What y'all's thoughts?
5 games they played. Or like the past 3 times every time they met.
See, look, I look at this shit like here. I don't fuck with Lattimore even slightly, and like I don't hate Mike Evans. I just don't appreciate what gang he rock with. So motherfuckings, when I be seeing them boys beef and go at it, this shit is beautiful, man. Motherfucking, when them boys fought in 2017, motherfucking nigga tried Jameis, some Mike Evans bitch, big ass. He got throwing on his ass. And then fast forward here. First off, Leonard Fournette, if Mike didn't do it, Leonard Fournette was spin too. Like Jay was spin. That's Tom Brady.
There's some goons down there in Tampa right now.
Like Tom Brady face is good all over Tampa. That's why I don't be in Tampa like that. I be talking too much shit about the nigga. But motherfucking, them niggas would have caught that nigga fucking Marshawn Lattimore on the way home. Like you ain't finna fuck with Brady. Fuck wrong with niggas would have flew to New Orleans to catch that nigga. Motherfucker.
Outside of the fade, game wise, I thought this would be the game where the Bucs kind of cleaned their shit up, bro. But Cokehead Tom and this offense is looking fucking abysmal. Like their defense, 3 picks, and you're telling me this team can only score 20 points and one of them was a pick 6. Like the Cowboys, they got in the red zone like 4 times, all field goals. Like what the fuck are y'all doing? Like this is not the Tom Brady efficient offense I've known. I'm a Dolphins fan. Trust me, I've seen this motherfucker numerous of times. Like this is not the Tom Brady. Hey, is that fucking is Gasell and all that off field shit really fucking him up this bad on the field? Like what the fuck is going? Is it age? Like they're just not clicking like they look like how they have. It's all the same team too.
I think Charles, you talked about this. This is your second favorite team.
What happened?
Talk about your second favorite team real quick so I can talk shit about y'all niggas.
I'm dead. I'm from here. They ain't got Gronk. I knew that was gonna hurt him the moment he retired. Because no matter what, he's his greatest failsafe every time.
If there's bad though, like hurt him this bad?
Not this bad. It's not all on Gronk. They missing linemen.
True.
Because what? Marpet retired, right? And then they lost Jensen.
Yeah, and then they traded the other one away.
Yeah,
but
they got
Shaq Mason's big ass they brought over.
Yeah, it's still not the same line though. And then they ain't have Chris Godwin. He high key their best receiver. High key, I'll say that. No Julio, that ain't making too much of a difference. But Julio,
like AB.
Yeah, no AD, and I just seen Akeem Nicks is supposed to be out for a month. So yeah, these boys pieces, but let's see how long they ride it out. But yeah, no, this shit looking pretty bad. It doesn't look like a Super Bowl team to me.
2-0 though.
I mean, the boys 2-0, so you can't really say nothing. I think they just played back. Remember, I feel like the nigga did spend most of his the beginning of his summer thinking he was gonna retire. So there's probably like a lot of other shit on his mind. So he probably didn't prep like he normally does. And I don't fuck with this nigga even slightly. I just don't think that we can. I think we saw these games and they're not gonna. At the end, people aren't gonna talk about him no more. But I think he's just having a bad early season, and he'll pick it back up because we did see him in the game against the Rams in the NFC champ. That was the championship that they played in?
No, that was a championship against the Rams because the Rams played the 49ers in the championship.
Right.
We saw them play against the Rams, and that shit was almost to the wire, motherfucking comeback type shit. So, like, I don't think this is yet. I think maybe if this is still going in week 5 and week 6, then it's like,
then it's a real problem.
Yeah, I'm talking shit. But, like, them niggas is still, and then they just beat the Saints, so it's not like the division is their own. They got to worry too much about they're on losing the division. So, like, they got time to figure it out, but hopefully the niggas suck.
All right. We got low-key 3 games that are defensive slugfest, so we can probably say this.
Hold on. My bad. I forgot. I did kind of talk a lot. How did you feel about James Glass? Nigga threw how many picks?
I believe 3. One of them was a pick 6.
That's your man's. Charles, that's your man's.
He's my man. I mean, I met the nigga, but that's it.
Yeah, he took it.
Nah, you helped him get them crab legs, bruh.
I seen the picture, nigga. You thought we were gonna go and let that shit slide?
There were those forced passes. I felt like though, like when you're down, that's what Winston's known for. You're down 3. I mean, not down. You're down 7 or 10, and you're trying to come back. He's just gonna fuck it. It is like fuck it. Literally, I think I was gonna throw it.
That shit ass low key because I thought Jameis was looking real good. Long season, so I'm not gonna say he's done, but like
good. Nigga played 1 quarter.
I believe he also got sacked 6 times though. That was one thing I said. Like this D line, like their offensive line for the Saints is their weakest thing, and like the Bucks D line is their strongest thing. So that didn't help Winston again. Like getting sacked 6 times plus being just hurried almost every other play.
Right. Yeah, that game was pretty good. I'm waiting on one of them boys to put a hit on each other because that shit crazy. They see each other twice a year and guaranteed they're gonna buck about it. It's crazy.
I didn't watch this game because all the other comebacks started happening by the time I was trying to pick another game to watch.
Yeah.
But motherfucking, I did hear that every play was just dirty. Like every play, like there wasn't a lot of plays, points scored, but every play you felt that. And that is one thing you do like about that rivalry. Like every play means something.
Third.
But fuck both of them.
It reminds me of the Steelers-Ravens rivalry back in the mid-2000s.
Them boys really hated each other.
That's how I feel when I see those games now. But the Bucks Saints.
You would guarantee.
Yeah.
30.
It's maybe the talent's a little.
It has nothing to do with the talent, just the tension in the air. Like, the refs going into those games knew there was going to be a fade. There's going to have to be some breakups. Maybe you have to eject somebody.
Yeah.
Got it ready.
I'm tossing this flag today.
Yeah.
All right. These two, we got a couple defensive slugfests here. So not the most exciting games. We don't have to spend much time talking them. So let's just kind of run through them here. Giants beating the Panthers. Giants are 2-0 for the first time, I think, in 6 years. So shout out to the Giants doing that. Brian DeBall bringing a winning culture over there. They got rid of Gettleman's ass. They really changed the shit up right now. But also, Panthers fucking suck. Flat out, right? Like they're not using CMC. DJ Moore is being used. Baker is done. We thought he was gonna be the best quarterback for the Panthers we've seen. Maybe the Panthers is just a place people go to die as a quarterback because that's how it looks.
They ain't been the same since Cam.
It wasn't the same with Cam. Remember, it has not been good for a minute.
Well, I mean, he did get into a Super Bowl. Not many can say that.
But yeah, no, but post that, I would like the last 5
uh,
years, the Panthers have been ass at quarterback. Teddy Bridgewater didn't get a chance there. Sam Darnold did ass. Cam Newton coming back did ass. PJ Walker did ass. And now Baker's another one of the long line of ass quarterbacks.
I would have got Tyrod Taylor, truthfully.
Nigga like me would. All right.
It's too late now. I would have got Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod would have made that shit work.
Hey, and there was nothing but like we can't spend too much time because there was nothing but punts. There was literally most of the points came on field goals, but the very first play, Panthers kick returner on the kickoff fumbles it to set up the ball on like the 20-yard line for the Giants, who gets a field goal. And then the very next drive for the fucking Panthers, they get the ball 4 plays into it. Robbie Anderson fumbles. Sets up fucking another easy field goal, but this time Giants take some time off the clock. They run a lot of plays, but like it's literally like this is a sloppy defensive game. No offense really. I can't judge the Giants because the Panthers might really be that bad.
Hey, New York was on fire this Sunday.
Oh yeah, they blew that shit up.
Jersey.
They blew Jersey up, bro. Nah, because the Jets and Giants play there, bro. We can't blow Jersey up. Another slugfest, same thing. Patriots, Steelers. The only thing I have is, hey, bro, Nelson Aguilar mossed the fuck out of the Steelers DB for that 1 touchdown. Other than that, both defenses, it was just a slugfest, and I'm not surprised. It was a 3-point game.
Nelson be doing shit.
Fuck this game. I was mad about this entire game.
Put Pickett in at this point, bro. Like, Mitch Trubisky does not look good. I apologize to Big Ben.
I told you.
Nah, like same thing with the Titans. Yeah, put Malik Willis in. Try something new. Not working right now. Y'all done drafted these pieces for these very reasons. Just try something. It's coming up. I know it's about to be week 3, but if ain't shit changing, change something up.
Okay, what did I tell you last episode? The Jags are going to be in first place in that division. Titans are going to be in last, and everyone's going to be chanting, put Malik Willis in.
Yep.
Come talk to me then.
God damn it.
Well, on to our last defensive slugfest of the weekend. We had them boys over there, Bronco County, winning 16-9 against the Texans. But I think it was like 9-6 going into the fourth quarter. Both offensives looked abysmal. Russell Wilson is not hitting anybody in stride. Like, if that was Tua, people would be calling for his head right now. Like, that's how I'm feeling, bro. Like, if that was Tua throwing them passes and them interceptions and like getting sacked as easily as he was letting himself get sacked, his job will be in jeopardy right now.
Like Tua, like I can say the same thing about Lamar. Like they butchered that nigga. Like he throwing them off passes, they gonna be like, "Hey man, put Huntley in," like, or like put the backup in, like just RB.
He's a running back.
Running back. What had fake MVP type beat? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I think 100% of Tua hate, 80% of Tua hate comes from this shit in Alabama, because like I guess people fuck with Jalen Hurts or something.
He's gonna be making it.
Ever since then, people always had something to say about my dog.
He had lefty in the short, and I feel like people are never gonna get over that.
Yeah.
And quiet. He got so. But making it happen though, I'll give him his credit.
No, hey, but this game here, like Russ, I mean, y'all won 16-9. The running backs look good, but the whole game y'all look sloppy. Hold on, let me get the stats up real quick to like really tell you how sloppy this game was. Because I want to say both quarterbacks were throwing around like 50% like completion. Yeah, like Davis Mills, 19-38, 177 yards, at 19 QBR, whereas Russell Wilson, 14-31, under 50% completion percentage, 219 yards, a touchdown interception, 45 QBR. Like this was not a game you want to remember. This is not why you paid Russ $250 million. And hopefully he gets this shit going. Hopefully it's another Tom Brady situation. You just get your shit going. But Richard Sherman and that whole Legion of Boom and Pete Carroll have been very loud on like, hey, Russell wasn't the best quarterback. the defense is what won that championship. Like they're loud on like they don't like Russ, and Russ isn't the guy that people think that he is.
Yeah.
I can agree with that at that time. The defense is what won that championship but after that defense fell apart, that's when we started seeing Mr. Unlimited.
Yeah.
I feel like we only saw him for like a season though. When he came out with that Mr. Unlimited trademark, it was that one season. And then after that, I haven't heard that Mr. Unlimited trademark since.
That nigga was like the MVP favorite for the first, and that shit would just go away. every year for like 2 years, 2-3 years.
No cap. But I think he probably needs to take some time. I think people are talking about Tom Brady like Russell Wilson. I think there's a gap. Like I think Tom can figure that shit out because that's just what GOATs do. But fuck Tom. I have no problem with Russ. I hope he figures it out, but I don't think he is.
You know, especially when you go look in the deep dive at stats, I thought he rushed more. His best rushing season, he had like 110 yards. I was like, oh, I thought you ran the ball a little bit more than that. And then like his best passing season is only like 4K or 4.2K. I was just like, I thought you were throwing the ball more than that. Like, it was just like, I don't know, maybe like my image of Russ isn't the same. Like, I don't know. After hearing the Legion of Boob turn on him, I was just like, let me go look up this shit because this ain't how I remember Russ. Russ was balling. Huh? Richard Sherman said there's a I don't know exactly when he said it, but leading up into that week 1 game, Pete Carroll had all of Legion Boone come out for that game. And then when they asked about it, because it was, I guess, a known thing that Legion of Boom and Russ don't like each other, then he said, oh, Pete Carroll was telling the guy, like, figure it out. You know what that means. Like, kind of is like, it's it's us versus Russ type of mentality. So, like, it's just like, I didn't, like, I always knew that because when Russ left, you got to think about it. Russ was leaving saying, like, I can't win with these guys. These guys are why we're losing. I need to go somewhere to win now. Like, I want to win, and y'all are the reason why I'm not winning. And, like, that, like, people kind of take that personally. Like, people don't want to hear that.
Especially in football. You can say that all day in basketball.
That's why Pete Carroll didn't shake his hand. That's why Shelby Harris at the end of that game, week 1, was like, he mocked that boy, Russ. It was like, all I gotta say is, let's ride. And it's just like, there's just like they did not like Russ, and they are all here for like, hey, Russ is not that good. And I don't know, like I want to see more from it, but this is a great drama that's gonna play out this season.
That boy said loud about it.
But let's talk Falcons versus Rams. Kev, I'm giving it to you, man. How did that feel? That was a roller coaster, wasn't it?
That looked like a football game. Them damn jerseys.
So, I hate you. So, off rip, the Rams is not like that for real. I feel like that's one thing we got taught. We were getting taught this season. The Super Bowl hangover is real, I guess. I don't even believe in shit like that, but I guess it's real. I don't gotta believe it, but I gotta respect it if it is what it is. But I'm so proud of my dog. I didn't watch this game. I was at the mall. You feel me? I was like, I'm not finna watch these niggas get blown out. I'm finna go buy a suit, which I did for $65 because niggas had discounts. But this game was fucking phenomenal. Them boys really did a thing. I'm over here getting notifications like, what the fuck? Fumble, punt block, touch what? Like, that shit was insane.
Interception.
It killed that punt.
Real shit. Marcus Mariota doing his thing. Drake London dry.
Hey, I told you he a dog, bro.
Yeah.
He a dog. Garrett Wilson. I was screaming Garrett Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Niggas showed us this week.
You know, but, Drake is on pace for like 85 catches and 1,300 yards and like 7 TD. Like, he's on that pace to be like a top 15 receiver this year, rookie year.
I like it. I mean, Mariota can get the things together. But, like, I think we played amazing, phenomenal. I liked how I don't think he had to throw that pass. He should have threw that pass that Jalen Ramsey picked. But it was a nice pick the way he kind of just, like, went up and mossed his own nigga for that shit. Like, he took that shit personal. But, I wish we could have finished the comeback, but it was a great fucking game. Like, Cooper Kupp might have fumble issues.
Stafford got interception issues. Like, he's got 5 within 2 games.
We been knew that. He's on pace for
That was last. Or was that Brady?
No, last year he had 17. He tied Trevor Lawrence for most in the season, and this year he's already got 5. Like he might throw 30. He might be on the Jameis Winston type numbers.
This man Charles Paul is terrible with the averages. But hey, man, I was proud of us. But you guys see, I think we need to just keep. We're just gonna keep having these stupid little mistakes, and that's what's gonna kill us. But like, if we can come out and just like play it with energy, we gonna look good.
Hey, there's a difference between losing games because like the Falcons could have quit when y'all were down by 20 something in that fourth quarter, but y'all didn't. So like, there's a difference between like giving up on the season and still playing, and like you can see the Falcons are still playing.
Yeah, that's what I be seeing Lions games. I'm like, these niggas suck.
They fucking find a way.
Got some pieces in that team. It just don't never go their way because it's the Lions. But them boys be playing.
Bro, I'm watching the Dolphins and the Ravens highlights just came on. This might be the first time I've ever seen a highlight reel start with a kickoff.
And I would say that game, like if you'll go on Twitter, you'll find a clip that they flip Tua to a righty, like they flip the screen so he throws right-handed, and all his passes look like he's throwing fucking bombs, right? Like whenever you see it right-handed style, the mechanics do not look weird. Like as your eye is used to seeing a right-handed quarterback, so when you see a lefty, it kind of throws it off. But when you see him throw right-handed, it makes it look like, oh, he's a guy.
What in the Photoshop? How the fuck did they do that?
They just flipped the screen. There's a little flip. But on to our last 2 games here. Thank you for joining us, Charles. Appreciate you staying for the long haul. We have Bengals versus Cowboys. Cowboys winning. Me and Kev locked up the Bengals both. We got the egg on our head. Even though I think we both called that the Cowboys D-line and Micah Parsons was going to have a big game against his Bengals O-line, we both still took Joey. I know I said Jamar Chase was going to have an insane day, but it was going into like the fourth quarter. All the receivers had like 30 yards total. Like it was like they didn't do jack squat for a lot of this game. How did y'all feel about this Bengals Cowboys upset?
These your homies Slick? Let me know.
Who? Me?
The Tigers, the Cincinnati, the Big Cats.
I know he's not a fan of them. That's a division rival. I know that's not what I'm hearing.
Them your dogs. Them your cats.
But it is because the Ravens was hurt. The Ravens would have been in that same spot. But I'm not even gonna get on that because it happened. It happened already. But I'm not a believer in them boys. They never had a line. They still don't have a.
Thank you, Charles.
And they're figured out. He's gonna be running forever. He's going at this rate. He's gonna end up like Andrew Luck if they're not careful.
Preach.
What do you think? What do you think though? Like, do you think he's holding the ball too long? Do you think
it's a combo? It's a combo where they pulled out. You be seeing the fucking XY charts where they be ranking the QBs and shit. They be showing that like Burrow not only gets sacked a lot, like that's a fact because of the O line, but he is the worst quarterback when it comes to crane sacks himself. So, like, he'll be leaving pockets too early. He'll be fucking shifting motion. Like, it's just like he'll be doing things that kind of makes the O-line hurt him.
Yeah. They got him running scared, and he be trying to extend the play. So he's going to get fucked up every time.
Joe Mixon has not been efficient these past 2 weeks. I think he had like 30 carries last week for only like 80 yards. I think this week he had 20-something for only like 70 yards. Like, he just hasn't really had those big gains that kind of make you fear the run game. So I know that doesn't help the Bengals. But Burrow, I like him. He's a dog. Like, I love his personality, the way he carries himself. But, like, he is not looking good so far this year. It does, like we talked about the Rams hangover season. It looks like the Bengals are having an even worse hangover season. And shout out Cooper Rush because I think he looked like the best player on the field last weekend on that game. Like he was, you thought they were going to limit the playbook and you thought they were going to make him throw dink and dunks. This man was throwing like 3rd and 4 and then throwing like a 20-yard pass deep on something. Like he wasn't afraid. And I was like, oh, if he's not afraid to make those throws on those big plays, they're actually playing to win. Like, I don't know. I think Cooper Rush secured his spot on that like backup.
For sure.
Yeah, I respect it. They said what killed me was they asked Mike McCarthy. He said it's not that big a difference from Dak.
It didn't look it, bro. He looked confident. You know, when backups come in, they kind of pussyfoot around and they don't want to fuck up. They don't want to turn over the ball. Cooper Rush was making the plays. He said, fuck it. I'm going to go out swinging.
And this is the same motherfucker that got cut by the Giants.
And the Cowboys earlier this year.
Damn, they have to re-sign his ass to let him play. That's crazy.
On to our Monday Night Football and our final game of the week on our recap. The Vikings blowing out the Eagles. Oh, not Vikings. The Eagles blowing out the Vikings. I was on Eagles. Kev was on Vikings. Kev, did Justin Jefferson play this weekend?
Yes, but nobody told Kirk Cousins. His motherfucking, don't get me wrong. There was he got some targets, but like, he didn't have the Jets for him. Kevin O'Connell's not some crazy offensive guru that we thought that was. Maybe the Packers just start every season with a slump. Like, now these are the questions that this Vikings team made you ask, and it's like, fuck. I believed in y'all for half a second, but that defense got torched every way possible. Jalen Hurts was able to throw all over y'all motherfuckers, run all over y'all stupid asses, and he wasn't even using, and they weren't even using their number one target, AJ Brown, like that. AJ Brown, and I played against AJ Brown in fantasy.
He was in the tent for half the game.
Mm-hmm. They didn't. Some motherfucking. It was just, we don't know what the fuck this Vikings team is. Are y'all good? Could y'all be great? Could y'all be a playoff team? Could y'all challenge the Packers? We don't fucking know. Like, what did your takeaway from this? Because this game was never in question. There was points in time you thought it could have got close, but no, it was never in question.
I think it's going to be.
What'd you see, Charles?
Yeah, if Kirk don't have a good day, if Jay Jettas don't get touches, if Dalvin don't show up a little bit, they lose. That's what I saw.
Hey, I want to say my preview of the game was spot on. Even Kev in the preview said that my analysis was spot on. Like, Eagles front seven is gonna limit the run no matter what. Eagles always got a great front seven. Dalvin Cook was nowhere to be found early, and then once you shut him down early, you can't run the ball late when you're down. Kirk Cousins in prime time, I think he said it was 2-9 going into a primetime game. I always fade Kirk in prime time. I didn't know his exact record, but 2-9 is the worst overall record for any quarterback in primetime games. So now he's 2-10. So that only solidifies that he might be the worst primetime quarterback. And I don't want to completely blame him because they're like Slay and Bradbury and CJ Johnson Gardner. I said they had a three-headed dragon, and they really showed that they can prevent any offense from fucking getting open, at least passing.
Darius Slay, they put up a stat up that he has the most pass breakups since 2013. That was like 410 or 200 something. Like, come crazy. I'm mad at this.
He had like 4 or 5 this yesterday and 2 interceptions.
He's an all over the place, and he gonna talk that shit. He didn't really put the clamps on.
Shout out Bradbury because they showed the PFF ratings, and like Slay was 5th for QB rating when targeted, and Bradbury was 3rd in QB rating when targeted. So they're literally, like I said, they have this three-headed dragon where, yeah, you might have a dog at wide receiver, but they have 3 guys where they can make something shake and really shut you down. And they always have a great front seven against rush defenses. So like, me and Kev both were high on this Eagles. They're a sleeper team coming into this year for us, and you see it. Like, this is a team that came to like win this division, and not just win division, but be a real force.
Damn motherfucking ass.
Yeah, really the Eagles, the Rams, and the Bucks in the NFC.
Don't sleep on the Packers now with Lazard. I think this was their coming out. Like, hey, but don't forget about us.
I'm a father.
No rap cap, man. But that's all the games, man.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you coming out, Marcus. I appreciate the Ravens giving my boy Tua and them Dolphins a nice dub in Baltimore. We love a visiting crowd. But I appreciate hey Kev, it was this close. You know, y'all would have won if Ling J Wang didn't go chill with them boys. The leech from UFC, that boy was on the field with the Rams. Once I saw that, it was hammer the Rams home.
Different.
But Kev, break it down for everybody at home.
Hey, man. If you didn't know, we don't mind telling you again that this has been another episode of Totally Blitz Podcast. You feel me? The most dangerous podcast in the motherfucking world. And I'll tell you again if you don't mind. I'm in this bitch with your boy Paul Pickham with him Conti. He got the best for you. I'm in that bitch with I'm in this motherfucker with the Ravens fan, also known as that boy Slick. And he's in this bitch talking about some that's gonna tell you Lamar is gonna win this MVP and he's gonna have to pay. He's gonna have to put in to pay that boy. So and it's your boy Lil KK. And this has been another episode of Totally Blitz. Yeah, bitch.
Passing out the medicines. We've been on that rock star regimen, knowing that I'm heaven sent, higher than I ever been. I got a problem with